Making your first million is hard, but keeping it and multiplying it? That's a completely different challenge. Plenty of people hit a big financial milestone only to see it disappear, sometimes faster than it arrived. The difference between millionaires who plateau and those who keep getting richer often comes down to mindset. They see the world and money through a different lens. Today, we're breaking down 9 mindset secrets that keep their wealth growing year after year. And if you want more millionaire strategies explained in plain English, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next one. Let's kick things off with the first secret. Millionaires who stay rich think in decades, not days. They don't approach wealth as a race to hit a single number. They play the infinite game. The goal is to stay in the game forever. This means avoiding decisions that could give them a short-term boost but long-term damage. For example, they won't take on massive high-risk debt just to chase a hot investment trend. They prioritize durability, making moves that allow their wealth to survive recessions, market swings, and even changes in their own lifestyle. When you play the infinite game, every choice is judged not by, will this work next month, but by, will this still work in 20 years? It's a calmer, more strategic way to operate, and it's why these millionaires don't just get rich, they stay rich. Let's move on to the next. Because before millionaires focus on making their money grow, they make sure it's safe. Protecting capital is their first priority. They see their net worth as a fortress that needs strong defenses. This means keeping adequate cash reserves, diversifying investments, and avoiding putting too much in any one risky bet. Even in business, they don't stake their entire company's future on one untested product or client. They operate with the mindset that the first rule of making money is not to lose it. This doesn't mean they avoid all risk. It means they manage risk so that no single setback can cause lasting damage. They often set strict limits, like never investing more than 5 to 10% of their portfolio in speculative opportunities. They also build liquidity buffers so they can handle emergencies without selling long-term investments at a loss. This approach gives them freedom to make bold moves when opportunities arise, because they're operating from a position of security. It's the difference between a gambler hoping for a big win and a strategist building inevitable victories over time. All right, moving forward, millionaires don't see money as something to simply spend. They see every dollar as a seed. A seed can be eaten today, or it can be planted to produce more seeds in the future. Every investment, business expense, or skill-building purchase is chosen because it has the potential to multiply. For example, $1,000 spent on quality tools, marketing, or training could return many times that amount over years. The magic of this mindset is that it changes the way you look at everyday spending. A dinner out might be enjoyable now, but planting that same money into a dividend-paying stock or a business upgrade could feed you for decades. Millionaires understand that seeds don't grow overnight. They require patience, nurturing, and protection. They also know not every seed will sprout, which is why they plant many over time. This approach builds a diverse garden of assets, some producing quick harvests, others growing steadily for years. Before they part with a dollar, they ask, will this grow into more over time? If the answer is no, they think twice, because once a seed is eaten, it's gone forever. Now that we've set the foundation, let's talk about one of the biggest mindset shifts millionaires make: valuing time more than money. They know they can always make more money, but they can never get back lost time. That's why they constantly ask, is this the best use of my hours? If a task can be automated, delegated, or eliminated, they make it happen. They invest in tools, systems, and people who free up their mental bandwidth for high-value decisions. This is also why many millionaires are obsessive planners, not because they want to control every detail, but because they know disorganized days bleed both time and money. They measure productivity not by how busy they look, but by the return on the hours they spend. And speaking of maximizing your time, that's exactly why I'm building the Trip to Wealth Command Center, A simple but powerful Google Sheets tool that keeps every part of your finances visible and easy to track. So you spend less time worrying about money and more time growing it. If enough people want it, I'll launch it soon with an exclusive early access discount. You can join the waitlist below. The tool will cost less than one bad financial decision, and that's the point. Let's keep going with one of my favorite millionaire traits. They turn problems into profit. Where others see inconvenience or frustration, they see opportunity. In fact, many of the most successful companies started because someone got tired of a problem and decided to fix it. Think about how ride-sharing apps solved unreliable taxi service, or how online marketplaces connected buyers and sellers without expensive storefronts. Millionaires train themselves to spot these pain points in everyday life. They ask, if this annoys me, how many others feel the same? And can I create a solution people would pay for? They don't get paralyzed by the size of the problem. They start small, test ideas, and improve as they go. And here's the thing. You don't need millions to adopt this mindset. Even on a small scale, solving problems can create new income streams, expand your network, and sharpen your entrepreneurial skills. Over time, those small problem-solving wins can stack into something massive. All right, moving forward, millionaires understand that working harder has limits, but working smarter can be limitless. They focus on leverage, multiplying results without multiplying effort. This leverage can come from capital, investing money to make more money. People building teams, technology, automating tasks or content, creating assets that work for them 24/7. For example, a millionaire real estate investor doesn't personally manage every property. They hire property managers so they can focus on finding the next deal. A digital entrepreneur might spend weeks creating one online course, but that course can sell thousands of times without extra effort. This mindset shifts your focus from how can I do more to how can I get more done without doing more. It's not about being lazy. It's about ensuring your energy is spent where it produces the highest return. Millionaires know that without leverage, even the hardest workers eventually hit a ceiling. With it, growth can become exponential. Let's talk about another big shift, thinking in systems instead of just goals. Goals are important, but they're temporary. Systems are ongoing. A goal might be to make $500,000 next year, but a system could be a repeatable sales process, a disciplined investment strategy, or a daily routine that guarantees consistent output. Millionaires know that if you build the right system, hitting the goal is just a natural side effect. They focus on process because it removes decision fatigue. Once the system is in place, they don't have to think about if they should invest or when to market their business. It's already baked into their schedule. This consistency compounds results over time. And here's the key. Systems are adaptable. If the market shifts or their goals change, they adjust the system rather than starting from scratch. That's why millionaires rarely lose everything. Their systems are designed to keep producing, no matter what happens. Let's keep going. One of the most profitable habits millionaires have is remaining a lifelong student. They might be experts in their field, but they know there's always something new to learn. Whether it's emerging technology, evolving consumer behavior, or fresh investment strategies. They attend seminars, read extensively, and surround themselves with people who challenge their thinking instead of just agreeing with them. This mindset protects them from the biggest wealth killer, complacency. The moment you believe you know it all, you stop looking for better ways to operate. Millionaires keep their ego in check by remembering that markets, laws, and opportunities change constantly. They treat learning like an investment with guaranteed returns. Even one idea from a book, podcast, or conversation could be worth thousands or millions if applied strategically. And finally, we arrive at the last secret, aligning wealth with a mission. Millionaires who keep getting richer aren't just chasing a number, they're chasing an outcome that matters to them. It could be funding innovation, supporting causes, creating generational wealth, or building something that outlives them. This mission becomes the compass that guides every major financial decision. When money has a mission, discipline becomes effortless. Passing on short-term temptations feels easy when you know that every dollar is helping you reach something bigger. This clarity also makes it easier to say no to opportunities that don't align with your long-term vision, even if they're profitable. Purpose-driven wealth is more sustainable because it's tied to identity and values, not just income targets. And when you finally reach your financial goals, you won't be left wondering, what's next? Because you've been working towards something meaningful all along. These 9 mindset secrets aren't just for millionaires. They're for anyone serious about building and protecting wealth over the long term. You don't need a 7-figure bank account to start applying them. You just need the willingness to shift your thinking. Playing the infinite game means looking at wealth as a lifelong journey, not a one-time win. Protecting capital first ensures you can weather storms without losing years of progress. Seeing every dollar as a seed changes every spending decision, turning money from a tool for consumption into a tool for creation. Valuing time over money forces you to focus on what truly moves the needle, while turning problems into profit trains your brain to see opportunities where others see dead ends. Focusing on leverage allows your efforts to scale far beyond your personal capacity, and thinking in systems ensures your success isn't dependent on bursts of motivation. Staying a student keeps you adaptable and relevant in a world that never stops changing. And finally, tying your wealth to a mission gives every decision purpose, making it easier to stay disciplined and motivated through the ups and downs. If you found this valuable, watch this next video. It connects directly to what we just discussed and will take your financial mindset to the next level. Remember, this video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice. It is important to conduct thorough research and consult with financial professionals before making any investment decisions. The value of investments can fluctuate, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Always assess your risk tolerance and investment goals before allocating your capital. If you found value today, I highly recommend watching my next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, feel free to leave your comment below, especially if this video made you think differently. I appreciate your support more than you know. Until next time, stay consistent, stay patient, and stay winning. See you in the next one, Money Magician.